Life after death. Everyone's thought about it at some point. Not only that, one Gallup study shows millions of people have actually had near-death experiences that gave them a glimpse into the afterlife. So what did they see? Joining us now with some answers is New York Times bestselling author John Burke. He's a pastor and author of Imagine Heaven, a book about near-death experiences. John, how common is this phenomenon of experiencing the afterlife, and what do people see?
Yes, it's actually very common. About 1 out of 25 people, according to Gallup and other studies, have had near-death experiences. And I studied about 1,000 of them. And in Imagine Heaven, I write about the commonalities, and I weave about 120 of their stories together with an in-depth study of the scriptures and what the Bible says about this exhilarating future that's ahead of us.
So what is the main theme or the common message people come away with after getting a glimpse of eternity?
Well, many of them do experience this brilliant man of light who is personal. They know he's God. Those who know he's Jesus know he's Jesus. But in his presence, he knows every thought, every deed, every motive, and yet they feel unconditional love. Nobody ever wants to leave his presence. In his presence, many experience a life review. They literally re-experience their lives. And again, time works in another dimension. It's like Peter says, you know, to the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day. And people who have near-death experiences say that. And so they re-experience their lives, but from the perspective of people they interact with. And what God is telling them, of course, it's nothing new to Christians, but he's telling them that love is what matters most. Loving God and then letting him teach us to love one another. And they see how their kind or unkind actions affected others. They feel how those other people felt. And that's profound because God is showing them the ripple effect across humanity and the importance of love. They all come back with this sense that they have a purpose, that it's not their time yet, and they have a purpose. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody comes back and seeks God. And I try to reconcile, why is it that some people do and some people don't? And I remind us that, you know, the Pharisees saw Jesus do miracles right in their presence, and yet they said he was demon-possessed. So people still have a free will. Paul saw this brilliant man of light on the Damascus Road who said, I'm Jesus, and yet Paul still was told by Ananias when he came back, after seeing this, that he still had to be baptized for the remission of his sins. So Paul still had a decision to make, and people who have near-death experiences, they still have a decision to make. But I'm showing how across the board, the commonalities really point out the heaven of the Bible and this incredible life that's to come.
What sort of hope do these experiences offer to all of us still living on this earth?
Well, I think it gives incredible hope, you know, because I write not only about the picture of heaven, but some people have hellish experiences as well, 23%. And so I write in here about how God has made a way for all of us to know that we're right with him and that we will spend eternity with each other in this place of incredible love. And so really it's the gospel. It's the hope of heaven and the free gift of heaven that's offered through Christ.
Well, it's a fascinating subject. In our busy lives, we're all tempted to just focus on the here and now. So this is a good reminder of the inevitability of death and life after death and how we need to live until then. The book is Imagine Heaven. John Burke, thanks so much for being with us.